Hi everyone, Linda here. We're into 2019. We're only a third of the way through January and lots of people are back at work already. Some people are still at home and hearing about lots of people doing decluttering and wonderful things like that. For those people in particular who are back at work, I'm hearing a lot of them talk about how busy they are already. Now, people feel that when they get back into the workplace in the new year, that they'll be able to go in, they'll be able to take a much more of a strategic view or a planned view of the things that they're doing, and it doesn't always happen straight up. And it's very easy to get sucked into that busy vortex, where we're doing. We've got long task lists. We might have a long list of actions on a whiteboard and we just get stuck into it. Sometimes we have back-to-back meetings and so many meetings that we don't actually have time to do stuff in between those meetings. So that can be a real challenge for people when you're first getting back in. And if you set your year up that way, sometimes it stays that way for the whole year. So it really does take a moment to be quite conscious in stepping back and looking at what it is you're doing. So I've got 4 things that I would like to share with you to consider in order to get off that busy cycle. So the first one is actually to pull out your strategic goals or your strategic objectives, or if you're not in the workplace and you're at home, just think about your purpose, so your what and your why. So what is it that you should be doing? What is it that you need to be doing to achieve those objectives? And if those things, that the busy work doesn't fit with your strategic objectives, you really need to question why it is that you're doing it. And the second point is when somebody asks you to do something and you really don't feel committed to doing it, or you can't commit for whatever reason. And so it's always really good to think about, do I really want to commit to this? Or am I in a position to commit to this? And if you can't, be really upfront with them. Tell them that you're not in a position to commit to it at that point in time, or maybe ever. The third point is that, yes, look, I want to do that. I want to do that task, or I can help you with that task, but I can't do it immediately. And to fit it into our priorities and to fit it into our schedule, I'll be able to help you with that next week, or maybe the following week, or whatever the most appropriate time is. You don't always have to drop everything to achieve somebody else's goal. The fourth point is around whether or not you can do a full piece of work. So you might have a task that needs to be done, but maybe you're only able to do a part of that, and you might need some help to do the other part. And that could be because you don't have all the skills necessary to do the full piece of work. It could be that you can delegate that to somebody else. Maybe it's that you just don't have the time to do the full piece of work, but you can do part of it. So have a think about those 4 key points: the purpose, your strategic goals and your objectives. Does it fit? Are you able to commit to it? And if not, be really upfront about that. Where does it fit in your list of priorities? So can you schedule it in the next week or 2 weeks versus not being able to do it at all? And the fourth thing is whether or not you're able to do a part of that work and somebody else might be able to take on part of it. I trust that that's helpful in terms of some ideas around how to get out of just being busy all the time and to get off that reactive path and start being a whole lot more proactive. It's early in the year, so make sure that you set yourself up for success as much as you possibly can, and by the end of the year you'll certainly be thanking yourself for doing that now.